Okay, welcome back to the Good Show, part 2. Part 1 was wrapping up a lot of what happened at DreamHack in terms of winners and tournaments. We'll cover League of Legends just for a little bit at Hellspawn. So just to tell you the difference between all the tournaments, StarCraft 2 had its stage, Dota 2 was next to it, and then CSGO was there, and then Quake Live stage was actually at the tournament area.
Same as Street Fighter.
Yeah, same as Street Fighter. Heroes of New have had their own booth, and then League of Legends had a cinema.
Took the arena. They took the arena.
They had Dream Arena Extreme for the first 2 days, ran their tournament in there. And how did that work out, Hellspawn?
So it's always been a little bit tricky on what we will do with Dream Arena Extreme during the first 2 days. The summer event we had some promotional games
War
like
of the Roses tournament,
some other stuff. I think also the Quake.
Maybe?
So this was also like promotional.
Yeah.
No. And then we had Swedish Championship during the second day. Last winter we had both days with StarCraft 2, but the problem with that was that we didn't have any good coverage on location for the playoffs during the third day. So that's why we choose with League of Legends only having 8 teams. We choose them to run the first 2 days, and I think for us at DreamHack, it went over expectations. Right, we're really pleased. I think that Rachel, Quickshot, and Panky did a tremendous job. I think the teams performed really well, and we had good numbers. We had a good audience. Like, even for the get-go around 2 o'clock on Thursday, more or less half the cinema was filled. So like 500 to 600 people were already showing up. So it went really, really good, and I really liked the tournament. Also, I'm really surprised by the Swedish team. I can't say it. It's like it's a saying because you can't really pronounce it. Who did really good, went to the playoffs, the Swedish guys, and also Fnatic, of course, actually winning it against CRG.edu. That was a big win for me because Fnatic hasn't looked that good the last couple of months.
Brilliant, and I mean, we were really fond of the League of Legends stream and finals over on the Dota 2 stream. We actually promoted it just a little bit, sent some Dota 2 guys over there to check it out.
Or call the dwarf? Didn't you do a call the dwarf? Like send people into the chat?
No, we were just like, check out the League of Legends stream, and if any of you have available beta keys, you're more than welcome to share them with the community, cross-pollinate esports. We did a really good, Riot are probably super happy with us.
I think we had to add like 10 people moderating after your small incident.
Well, the Dota 2 community, yes, they're very big and passionate and, just helpful guys in general. And I think they, it was brilliant. And you enjoyed that?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, League of Legends is for sure, no matter what you say about fake numbers, fake Riot money, whatever, it's the biggest game, no matter what you say. It's like DreamHack shows this on and on and on, and there you actually have more or less all the games. And looking at what Riot have done during Season 2 and what they will do with Season 3, they are the top dog at this point. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Can't deny it.
We're all about cross-pollination in esports and just trying to promote, do our bit. But, could I borrow some money, by the way?
And maybe half the people in the audience were actually paid by Riot to go to DreamHack. I highly doubt it though, but it would be cool if they did that.
Real talk.
It would be really cool if that was that, especially looking at the 10,000 people over the BioC. I saw a lot of League. I saw a lot of people getting interviewed playing League.
Yeah.
But also one cool thing though, if you're looking at the numbers throughout the LAN, the top 3 games were from Blizzard Entertainment: World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, and Diablo 3. Those were the top 3 games played at DreamHack Winter. So
what were the top 3 games?
World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, and Diablo 3.
Yeah, I saw that chart.
So that's really, really cool, because I didn't expect Diablo 3 to be up there, to be honest.
Not at all, yeah.
And I was kind of sure of League of Legends being the top game. But I'm not exactly sure how it's measured, but our technicians, DreamHack Network, really know their shit, so I guess it's accurate.
All right, so that now does really conclude all the tournaments at DreamHack. I think it was generally it's a very good benchmark for esports, just when you have everyone's tournament at the same place at the same time, and you can kind of take a lot away from it going into 2013. So let's move on into StarCraft 2. Yes, Hellspawn, you've raised your hand.
I will just share my proudest moment or not at DreamHack Winter. It was so we ran the World of Warcraft challenge mode with Jade Serpent challenge mode, and we didn't have that many teams signing up because it was announced really late. But we got 2 really good teams for the final. Then we just had one problem. Who'd cast that one? It was supposed to be a Fiend from the beginning and a Method player, but Method went for world first on the new instance, and they actually achieved it, so congrats to them. A Fiend couldn't make it in the end, so I tried to find a solution. I thought I would get Kungen to cast it.
Then,
He actually almost agreed. He didn't agree, but he said that he would like to do it the day before, but he didn't show up in the end. So me and Sinuk actually casted the tournament in the end, and I haven't actually seen the instance myself or done a challenge mode. So that was really interesting. Sinuk, on the other hand, has actually about 10 world records in DPS as a hunter in the past, and not a lot of challenge mode, so he actually knew what we were talking about, but both of us missed when they took the final boss, like, oh, what happened? Oh, here's the score, and it was just a really big mess, but overall I think it was fun, though.
Do you want to know my proudest moment from DreamHack Winter?
Please do tell.
Being a good citizen, helping the police.
Oh, yeah.
I was up in the Twitch lounge, and my brother, who actually does the event, so all the Twitch lounges over in Europe are run by the company we have here that Will works for. And I was up there, and there's a policeman, and Will comes up. He's like, "Can you help this policeman?" And the policeman's like, "Hello, do you work with Twitch, etc.?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What do you need?" And he's like, "Well, there was this fight, and apparently this guy assaulted this girl, or at least that's what she claimed. But actually, it was caught on Twitch TV, and the girl assaulted the guy.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if I can get hold of this video to see if that's true." And so I was like, okay, there's one person that can do this at the whole of DreamHack, and I was like, that's Trance, who was working at the Dota 2 stream. So I had the pleasure of saying to an officer, "Can you come with me, please?" Which is great, because you never get to say that. So I walked the officer through DreamHack, and then I got back, and I took him to Trance, and then we did some CSR motherfucking shit.
Cool shit.
So we got the stream name of the guy, and we went on, and then we had a timestamp of when it apparently happened. So what happened was there was this guy, there was a row of guys, right? And this guy was streaming League of Legends, but he wasn't actually like playing League of Legends. It was just League of Legends up with a little camera at the bottom. So probably the best League of Legends stream, to be honest. And then what happened was there was a girl on the other side with a boyfriend that apparently were really angry that they didn't have chairs where they were. And the other group of guys on the other side looked like they maybe had more chairs or whatever, I don't know. So she went over while the stream was live, and you saw her, she walks over, and then she grabs a pillow, she throws it off, and then this guy's like, whoa, what are you doing? They stand up opposite each other. We actually have this video, I don't know if we can release it.
It's probably somebody linked it in chat.
Yeah, someone linked it in chat, right?
Hi,
so someone's linked it in chat, you can go check it out. And then basically...
What? It was on Lego Connecticut stream? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, Lego. Shit, man.
Should we bring it... And basically, yeah, this girl ended up just like punching this guy 3 times in the face. and she got arrested for it. So you can check out that video. There's a link there. It's at 24 minutes, 20 seconds. You can all watch it yourself. And then that was our proudest moment because me and Trance were doing CSI shit, using Twitch TV to help lay down the law on 14-year-old girls.
You know this is a BLC player, right? Lego Connecticut? Like, he comes from the BLC crew. He's part of the DBH, Jens Bond, all those guys.
Oh, is he from the BLC crew?
He's a BLC player.
He got knocked out by a girl.
He got nailed by a girl.
I don't think it was him, though.
He was screaming.
I don't think it was him.
Yeah, it probably wasn't him because I don't see him.
It was some other guy, but Sam was watching. Have you not seen this, Sam?
No, I haven't seen it.
Should I bring it up on my stream so we can all have a look?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn. She, like, goes all out on him, too. Oh, damn, man. She just decked him.
All right, I'll bring it up.
Oh, my God.
So, I'm going to full...
do we really want to do this to this guy? We've got a full screen of him getting the shit kicked out of him by a chick.
This is fine. So, yeah, she's like... she's frying pillows right now. She's angry. I moved my mouse. I don't know. And then there's a boyfriend or something, because you can tell it's a boyfriend. He's got a lot of hair. And that guy's like, yo, wait a fucking minute. He's like, what are you doing? That's my mate's chair. And the girl standing between him and, like, she's having to defend her boyfriend because he's got girlier hair than she has. She's like, hey, don't touch my bitch. And he tries to touch her bitch, right? And then all of a sudden, she's like, whatever they're saying right now. And she's like, yeah, check this out. She seems pretty angry. She's getting all riled up. This guy's like, you don't even know what's coming. It's like, and all this is over a chair. And then, I don't know what that guy was doing. He was just kind of galloping through the scene. And then that apparently happens. And actually, it's really good because DreamHack has a lot of police on site. Look at this. It's just sexy.
Damn.
There's more people. That guy's pretty... That other girl's like, I'll get involved, get the jello. And then, yeah, it's like all that over a chair. So it's pretty crazy. But there's lots of police at DreamHack and it all got sorted out.
I just want to say two things. First of all, each person coming to DreamHack having a seat pass, do get a seat. Also a chair with it. So everybody should have a seat. Also, it's not allowed to have a fight, and we do have security there.
But this is something that's really rare.
Together with James and Trans could help the police at
Keep it
DreamHack.
safe.
Also tweets to all the
but
attendees.
you should make it clear that this is something really rare at DreamHack. I mean, you've got like 15K, 16K kids in there, and this is the first time I've heard of a fight going down.
How safe DreamHack is when a girl is actually assaulting.
Well, I heard... No, the girls are fucking crazy there, man. I don't know what it is. It's like, I also heard there was another fight between Ina, who hosted SVT... And the girl...
What are you doing?
The girl that... the EG fangirl that I keep hitting on Twitter.
Yeah, the little cosplayer.
Yeah, the cosplay fangirl that I keep hitting on Twitter.
Yummy?
Yeah. I heard there was something between those two, and but I don't know exactly what happened.
Huh.
But I heard that.
Was it over feminist rights?
That sounds really crazy. You sure?
Dude, I heard... this is what I heard, right? This is like second, third-hand information.
It's first.
It's first-hand. Well, then I'll tell the story. But basically, the EG fangirl, who's a cosplayer, right? You know, and I want to destroy her in so many good ways. Just because she's a cosplay psychopath,
But she's a really nice girl.
Yeah, but she's mental, and that's, to me, that's like, I wonder
Even
how
more
mental she's going to be. Yeah, so I whatever. And then Ina, who is known as a bit of a feminist, because she had a go at, she started something about Semmler, because when Semmler made the PC joke about Madelisk having a PC in the kitchen, she wrote a blog about it, and then Semmler got in trouble, and then Ina kind of led the way, making sure that he was a dickhead.
Pitchforks everywhere.
And I don't, dislike Ina by any means. She gets around in esports in terms of within the Swedish scene, but she's very new. And apparently, she was talking to the Yami, and then I think Yami said either something like no disrespect, but I don't like you, or something along the lines of saying I don't like you. And then apparently. I'm not sure actually what went down, if there was any physical contact or something, but I think Ina was a little bit disappointed as a feminist that one of her own would turn against her.
So she felt betrayed.
I don't know. But was there physical contact within this scenario?
Yeah.
There was physical contact.
Apparently Ina just laid one across her.
So Ina actually hit her?
Yeah.
Damn.
So as far as I can tell, and I always thought to myself that Ina was absolutely batshit crazy.
She is.
I literally was like, this girl is mental. I was just like, when I talked to her, I was just like, I don't know. I was like, you're mental, but that's fine. I don't have to work with you. You can do your thing. You're doing a good job. But yeah, apparently Ina hit the Yami, the EG fangirl.
I don't know exactly what.
And I want to hit Yami as well, but in a sexual way.
No, but the strange part, if this is true or partly true, I mean, for someone as respected within the scene as Ina, working for SVT and also being the founder of one of the faces for Barcraft Stockholm, which is really a powerful community within Swedish StarCraft. It sounds really, really strange, and
well, the thing is,
I have a hard time believing it. But
some people would say to me, why are you bringing this up? But the thing is she's the one that's kind of like putting up the sign going, yeah, feminist and all this. And I'm like, well, why the fuck wouldn't I bring it up? I mean, no offense. It's like, you don't see me going to DreamHack killing people. Even in Control didn't start anything with Snoopy. You know?
Yeah, I know. That was disappointing.
It was
Snoopy.
confirmed.
I know. I said it was Snoopy, and Fishsticks, who's a complete twat, right, comes into our Reddit thread. I don't know what he's doing in there, and he's like, "How would James know he's not even there?" I'm like, "Because people tell me shit, Fishsticks, because they like me, okay?" And it was Snoopy, and we thought something might happen between In Control and Snoopy, right? Because like we were like, because just the way that Anna put it on her Twitter, she was like, "You disrespected," blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like whatever. I mean, he probably talks his way out of it because he's Scottish. They always do that.
I don't think they talked at all.
Fucking
No,
Fishsticks.
I mentioned it to EG. He was like, I was like, did you see Snoopy around? He was like, no, I haven't said anything.
Yeah, but that sounds so crazy.
Right, I'm gonna tweet
did you
Yami and see if she wants a hug. Why you bring up my screen? I don't know my password. Don't bring up my screen.
All those stars, man.
I got the best email address ever as well. Right, let me find Yami. Right, there she is. Crazy lady. How do I tweet her?
Click there on the box. On the left.
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey Yami. I heard something went down with Ina.
You should link to it.
Yeah, Ina.
Ping Ina Beckstrom.
What's her?
Shit,
Huh?
I don't know.
Ina
Backstrom.
It's, hold on.
B-A...
Ina.
No underscore.
B-A-C-K.
What? Ina back. I don't follow her.
B-A-C-K-S-T-R-O-M.
Yeah.
STR. Like that?
O-M.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, dude, she's got the chick from Aliens as her background. You gotta pull that up.
Dream.
It's like the feminist commando in here.
Or more. And look at that perfect 140 characters. Well done.
Dude. I had it planned.
He's pro.
This is not the first time.
Not so pro as reading the emails though.
Whatever.
Well, we've already established that a long time ago.
What are you guys?
I'm laughing at this.
Just
unicorn,
pony
like,
pictures.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like print it all over my place.
Chair one?
No,
The
it's
chair
just
one
the
or the
same.
pony one?
The chair one was really good.
Never forget.
Unicorn.
Oh yeah, the fake unicorn. So good. You know, he's got an actual thing on there.
Alright, I'm lost.
Bro.
Bro hoof, yeah.
Oh god. Oh my god. How about? I don't know if it's true or what is true or.
Well, we're finding out right here, man.
Yeah,
We've already
journalism,
cracked the chair incident.
It sounds totally unbelievable though.
But it was real.
Why? I didn't see it, so like Chance is telling me there was physical contact. It does sound unbelievable, but I want to know because it's just apparently something did happen, so I'm going to find out.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Can we move on now?
Can't James speculate on what you think happened?
Yeah, what,
In my
like,
mind, my personal
In your
mind, dude, it's
We should
beautiful.
call Robert. Robert has first-hand information.
Robert
No. We'll leave Robert out of this.
Alright
Let's
then.
get on with this news then.
Yeah, we're going into the news, right? Yeah.
Topic.
Yeah. We still are like a news show, I think.
Are we?
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
So here we go.
StarCraft.
GOM TV accepts ESF president position. Sorry. What does that even mean?
It's kind of old news, but
That is a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
is.
on the old side.
But I do like it. I think it was a big controversial when Startail's CEO president was involved, and then there were, I don't remember what it was, but it was some controversy, and he had to go off. I think it's better to having that on TV.
the Startail guy resigning.
Was
Yeah.
it when it took Fruit Dealer and someone else?
No. This is with the Slayers incident. After everything with Jessica and all the accusations
right.
and so forth, that caused him to resign. But I mean, this is still kind of separate. This is basically GOM TV taking over as the president company behind the ESF team. So I mean, you could pull up the ESFI article if you want, and there's the 10 goals that GOM TV is going to have for the ESF teams, and it's kind of like, well,
yeah,
this is
Good,
good.
it doesn't really
To
set
me,
out,
it looks like OGN and Kespa.
Exactly, it's the same kind of partnership where GOM TV is going to be, I don't know if it's GOM TV or Greetech, the parent company and everything, but I mean, basically what it comes down to is that they're going to work closer together, so they don't. I mean, way back when all of the Nestea kind of led all of the ESF players kind of withdrawing from OSL to basically force the KESPA players to participate in the GSL. So I mean, this kind of tightens up the bond, because when the ESF players did that originally, that wasn't like GOM TV doing that. That was the ESF players saying, we're going to defend GOM here. And so I mean, this is kind of them tightening their relationship that much more.
To me, the Korean scene is also like, back and forth, back and forth. They are not thinking things through. They're trying just.
It's a bit of a pissing contest.
Yeah, and it's going really fast. They run in one direction, then 180 going in the other direction. For me, it looked for a long while that Kespa and GOM TV would work together. Now it more looks like they would divide. I don't know.
All right. Okay, so that apparently happened a while ago, and we didn't cover it properly last week, so thanks.
Well, I mean, we didn't have a show last week, so it wouldn't have been covered.
I did one.
I mean, ultimately, I think that the headline here is just that GOM is going to try and help these teams get better sponsors and so forth.
Yeah,
but,
I think that was one of the big points.
But, I mean, that's just kind of hard when it's like even KESPA has teams like their 8th team, which is basically unsponsored. Now they're trying to bring in a foreign team, so when an organization with so much history like KESPA is having problems bringing in the sponsors, is GOM going to be able to? And
we've seen a lot of big teams like NBC, CJ going down. Also, what else? J-Dong's.
Well, I mean the 8th team is staying around, but the Air Force team is disbanding, which is also kind of independent, I guess. But.
Okay, so next on the list was, one second, DreamHack, MLG and ESL partnership. That was announced. Doesn't really tell you what's going to happen next time, but
I tried to talk to Robert over the weekend about it, and he basically waved an NDA in my face saying I can't say a word. So I was like, cool.
So universal rankings, a master tournament calendar, so they don't, overlap. Unified competition structure, so we'll see extended series at DreamHack. And then talent and marketing efforts, cross-promoting and the support.
Hey, they can use each other's commentators now.
Yeah, and then shared commentators. What commentators do DreamHack own?
None.
Yeah.
But we do have signed partnerships, or have had for this year, and probably going to have for next year too.
Okay, and then also ESL obviously has some in-house talent, and MLG, I'm not sure they do.
Yeah, no, they've got Axel Toss and Axlev.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm not sure what this means. I'm not sure if the leagues are just joining forces just so they can be stronger.
Or kind of.
Because in many ways, something like the DreamHack ISO Open and the MLG stops, and even the Intellectual Masters, their primary success has really come from StarCraft and its events. And in many ways, they do have the option now with publishers and developers getting more involved to want to do something next year. And then you might have a problem where you have a conflict of, do Blizzard want to put in money into because I don't think WCS would exist next year. I think it was like really good, but I think that Blizzard, with this kind of partnership, maybe are looking forward to putting their support and resources, which isn't just necessarily prize money, it's a lot of things that they actually do, into something which has connected these. But I'm not sure if they've connected before Blizzard talked to them, in the sense that if we come together and we say we're kind of a partnership as a group, and then Blizzard come to us and say, maybe we just want StarCraft at these events, they have the power to be like, well, actually, no. If you want to work with us, we're also going to work as we want with other esport partners and etc. But then on the other side, you could say like maybe this is something to do with the success of Blizzard, and then Blizzard have actually not instigated, but thought like, oh, it'd be good to have a better storyline, because Mike Morheim said we need a better storyline for next year, and if And then after he said that, at the BWCS finals, this happened around the same time, which is kind of like, hey guys, we're doing a unified tournament structure, calendar, and universal ranking, which helps the storyline. So maybe Blizzard are involved in getting this done. Potentially it could just be the leagues themselves wanting some sort of influence over the publishers and developers who are going to say you can or can't have other games. So it's really up to speculation. I'm not really sure why they're doing it on the business side of things. I do believe it's most likely ESL and MLG that were the instigators of this, if it was the league side of things.
Yeah, there was one interview that Carmack did at Singapore where he was asked about it, and one thing he said, I'm just reading it right now, there's a transcript up, but it says, first of all, you mentioned 3 companies, DreamHack, ESL, and MLG, but there is, from the outset, there was the intention to have everyone included. So
NASL, IPL.
NASL, IPL, where do they fit into the puzzle?
But it could, I mean,
if, as you say, this is Blizzard mandated, then is Blizzard really going to create a system where they're basically locking out 2 major organizations?
Yeah, but
I wouldn't read that into it though.
Yeah, I actually think it might come down to... I think in 2013, what's going to happen, it's going to be a big year on business around the developers and publishers. Developers and publishers are going to be the most important thing in 2013. And who they partner with, what the partnership deal looks like, what games are getting used, and what exclusivities there are in there. And I think a lot of the esport organizations probably don't really want exclusivities on things. In terms of there's a lot you can do if you get to work with Valve, Riot, and Blizzard. So I actually think it feels something more to me that this gives strength to the organizations, which are MLG, DreamHack, and ESL, over the publishers and developers, just because over the whole year they have had, I would say, the most success. Intel Extreme Masters, even though you don't call it as like a big success on the show, but where they've been able to take their events to like Singapore and stuff is that's a huge undertaking, and I don't think the infrastructure is there with other organizations like IPL and NASL. DreamHack have obviously had the biggest success in Europe this year just because they've done so many events, and MLG is still the pioneer over in America. So in a way, if you don't see WCS next year, this puts Blizzard in where they can support these organizations maybe to make something happen, if that's going to go that direction. But it also creates kind of a union structure where behind the scenes it's these organizations can decide what their contracts should look like with game publishers and developers. Because I don't think anyone really, in my opinion, enjoyed if Riot were like, we're going to have exclusivity and we're going to pay, this much. I'm sure they were happy for the money, but exclusivity does sometimes lock out your...
it hurts everybody. But then you just bring it all in-house like Riot's doing for Season 3, so...
Yeah. I'm sure you know more about it.
Yeah, obviously I know a lot about what the publishers are doing and, of course, what we and the other organizations are doing, but I would look at it into this perspective. First on, it's like 2007 to 2009 was like the dark age of esports. A lot of companies went down. It was hard time throughout the business. From 2010 and 2011, a lot of the companies has grown, has been founded. 2012, I look into be the year of seeing where are we, where are everybody else, and what do we like to do. And I think what we can see here is that ESL, MLG, and DreamHack, also with IPL, GAM, Kespa, and NASL, for example, Assembly, Ironswade, all within esports, has actually started to talk more. And I think the focal point of this was Valencia Esport Congress, where actually most of the heads faced each other for the first time. And since then, Inter Extreme Masters, MLG, and DreamHack has talked even more. And then it all led up to announcing that we're going to work even more together. For example, we shared our 2013 dates. We are looking into rule sets, we're looking into maps, we're looking into having a ranking together, we're looking into a lot of different things. Although within this statement, it was, I wouldn't say it was rushed, but it was done kind of fast. We moved kind of fast. just because we wanted it to be released before DreamHack and IAM Singapore. Also, it was natural after MLG's ending event of the year. So, therefore, IPL and NASA was not included, and not GOM TV or KESPA or so on. But still, as I stated so many times before in this show, it's not about only Blizzard, Riot or Valve, it's also about Capcom, Activision, and all other games, Nadeo and so on and so forth. It's hundreds of different developers who are actually looking at esports at this point to put their money there because they know it can give them extra value and give them more exposure, and actually marketing throughout esports is actually cheap at this point. Still is cheap. So, and also what you said before, James, I would just say that I thought that the streaming part of getting money into the company as DreamHack would be before publishers actually. So those two legs for the last 2-3 years has been the missing links for actually making esports running. But now we do see with Riot and Blizzard, WCS and the Season 2 putting a lot of money into it, and also Nadeo with Shootmania, for example. Valve hasn't really put in a lot of money, but it did a lot with ESWC, for example, to promote it. They helped DreamHack a lot with Dota TV and also with the CSGO to make sure, for example, the spectator system was working up to our event and so on and so forth. We had developers on location. So, for each tournament organization to work closely with developers is really important for the industry.
I think that's going to be the big story next year, of how the contracts are in place with the developers and the publishers, with the leagues and the bigger tournaments. And I can read a lot into this in many different ways of the benefits and what it can have, but at the same time, doesn't necessarily mean something's good going to come out of it. I mean, you only need one of these partners to disagree with, some of another league's ideas and ideals of how to work, etc., and then it can all go tits up.
Extended series.
It's
going to be trouble.
It's going to be a big one.
I mean, no offense. When I do stuff within my little circle, I don't partner with a lot of people on decisions in terms of stuff. It's like I partner with the guys within what we have working here. But I don't know, man. I don't know. If it's a very small thing and it's just like, oh yeah, we're just going to share dates and we're just going to make sure we don't overlap and stuff, then that's probably a good way for that partnership to work. If it's going to be business models behind how we're going to work with publishers, different games, etc., I wouldn't partner with yeah. So I wonder what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But that's the most interesting thing next year, seriously. So yeah, fuck you, Trans.
Yeah, but I also think
you can bring up little things all you want, Trans.
I also think that the talk we had 2 weeks ago about Twitch TV's partnership with EA and also Activision Black Ops 2 with YouTube Live, those kind of what will happen if other companies, Riot maybe, Riot has walked all over the place, been with Twitch, been with OWN, been with Ustream. We've seen also MLG having their own platform with TossBot's old company Streamworks, and then moved on to Twitch TV, then going on to OWN 3D. It didn't end up good at Dallas. I mean, those things will also matter. I mean, DreamHack has a really fruitful partnership together with Twitch for this year, and I mean,
it gets really messy when all of a sudden you're an esports company trying to run 3 different games that are contracted to different streaming platforms, and you want to have all your finals on at once.
I mean, it has the potential to be really good, but we'll see. Anyway, let's move on. But that is, for me, the biggest story. That partnership going into next year, you're going to see a lot of interesting things come out of what Blizzard, Valve, Riot, and all these others as well are going to do with these events. And if someone's on the outside, if it's NASL and IPL, and it's going to be huge for esports.
Exclusive is just not bad because also it gives rooms for others to do good content with other games. So.
All right, so we'll leave it at that, but that's for me the most interesting thing of the StarCraft 2 shizzle. So NASL Season 4 Grand Finals information has been released 8th to 9th of December. Day 9 apparently is going to be hosting.
Yeah, Day 9, Zoe, Lauren Elise,
Clutch.
The whole gang there.
Clutch and also, what's her name? Lauren Elise?
Yeah, I just said that. Thanks.
Oh, you did?
Thanks,
Okay.
Semmler.
I said that.
No problem.
But yeah, make sure you check out NASL. This will be their grand finals for season 4 and
Yeah,
one
it's
of the
the-
last events this year.
The round of 16 is going now, so they'll find the top 8 players. Top 8 will be there. It's kind of interesting. It's
Single limb, though, huh?
yeah,
They
yeah.
always have
No,
it,
it's always
but
single limb.
Normally they bring 16 players. This time
Well,
you say they bring 8.
I mean, at season 3 it was 8 as well.
All right.
It's kind of yeah.
I mean, this tournament, Nassau, they really stepped it up from season 1 and season 2. Season 3 looked really good. I think that this season 4 final will be their best. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna follow it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a kind of a different approach this time because it's in a amphitheater thingy as opposed to kind of the usual convention style. They're kind of moving towards what Iron Squid does.
Yeah.
So it'll be very different. And yeah, like you said, top 8. I mean, they did top 8 last time at Toronto, but at Toronto they also had a lot of WCS
Yes.
games. They had tribes too. So this will be much shorter, basically, less games.
It's a 2-day event, though. They're going to have to spread
it's-
it out over 2 days.
I mean,
like that?
I think they're doing the round of 8 and then the semis, 3rd, 4th, and finals.
All right. So yeah, make sure you check out NASL 8th and 9th, and then go do that. We're trying to rush things now. The next piece of news is the Pro League 2013 year announced, and apparently it's a 90 to 100k entry fee.
Oh,
for
you're
a
jumping
team.
ahead, man. Yeah. This is for the. Remember a long time ago, we talked about. On this show, a long time ago, you talked about Fnatic way back in the day.
Yeah, I
Trying
said
to
they
get
were asked for like a mil
a million.
to enter.
So what do you think they're asking for now?
Well, I don't know.
90. Well, okay. According to Slasher's amazing sources,
Yeah.
$90,000 to $100,000
to enter the Pro League.
Yeah, for
And
1
this is-
year to
this
get
is
a team in
Kespa,
there.
right?
Yeah, to get the. Well, I mean, you're not. I don't think you're part of Kespa, but you're playing in Pro League with your team.
And a foreign team.
I don't know if it's common to do it like that, but I just would like to say one thing, that the Pro League is just so cool, so good, and we do...
I don't know.
It's
We'll
needed
see.
actually for the teams in StarCraft 2. So I really like to see the Pro League here, because just seeing it on location, how the structure with the fan club, what it gives to everybody, that actually you build a lot of fans. Because having a fan of one player, okay, but having a fan of a whole team, you get it so much more into the industry, and it's really suited for Korea and the soul structure of esports.
So SK Planet is returning as a sponsor. SK Planet, is that the?
Yeah, well,
What's that? I mean, what do they do? I don't even know, man.
I'm not sure what SK Planet. There's SK
Okay.
Telecom, which is a telecom
Okay, yeah,
company. They should all.
Maybe it's a channel.
So if I
Yeah, I think I don't. It's
8
Korean.
teams and a foreign team are named.
Yeah.
So how many teams are entering this Pro League?
It's 8 teams.
It's only 8 teams.
Only 8 teams. There's
So-
the 7 Kespa teams.
And they've already got a foreign team.
They've got one locked up, and there's been speculation, and it's kind of pretty much
Shit.
okay. It's EG.
It's fucking gay because that's. I wanted to. If I known it was only 80, to like 90 grand,
You would.
I would have actually just like got 150 and like put Semmler in there with script and shit.
Oh, we did it.
Just be like if it just
Coke
costs
Taking-
money, man.
Taking candy from a baby, man.
Be like-
Babies, it's just be so easy.
Be like Semmler in the Pro League. Send over Apollo as well. Just troll the fuck out of them. That's worth money.
It's a strong team. Don't think they made it though.
But
We got
I mean,
Adebisi here too, man. The Canadian
talking
I wonder
Terrier.
if I
about-
could pay more money,
Talking
and
about
then, and then Semmler would be able to get a win if he just takes one map.
Only player in the world.
But okay, yeah.
I'm really
but
happy to see it come back.
I think it's also-
needed.
I think it will be EG as well.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
They
kind
only got
of
to the bankroll, really.
kind of a given. But their opening day is also going to be on the same time on the same day as the GSTL finals.
Oh, that's
So
really bad.
that
When's
kind
that?
of the GSTL
Yeah,
finals.
when is it?
I think it's the
That's
8th. I want to say December 8th.
So Pro League is opening also on the 8th.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. We'll quickly move into some player changes. MMA joins Acer.
That's big.
That's big. That's huge. Just take a moment, think about it.
Not
No,
a
stop.
Zulu, not EG, not Axiom.
More important than MMA is Sella. Actually having a full pro a full
I don't think
professional
that's
coach.
important at all.
You don't think so?
No, I think he's just going to be booking plane tickets and coordinating. I don't
No,
really.
he's already got replays.
I don't think he's going to be like
messaging.
messaging Nurtrio and Scarlett and being like, "Okay, that's how
Adebisi,
you play
he already
Zerg."
has. He's already asked for replays from the entire team. He's gone through them in 2 days and actually given like tips and comments back to the players. I mean, it's already going to be
okay.
interesting to
He's
see.
selling
He's going to
to another
transform. Yeah, okay, he's doing a good marketing job,
Hey,
but
no,
I
come
think
on,
it's interesting.
give
I
him
think it's
some shit.
interesting to see how it shakes down.
For me, Sella joining Acer should mean that we'll bring more Koreans, but I'm not sure.
I would expect that. I would definitely. I mean, I would definitely expect that. I think they'll have more room on their roster soon too. So.
And in the more player changes, Sting joins Western Wolves and goes on to win the Intel Extreme Masters, which was
Yeah, we didn't even talk about IEM.
Yeah,
It's pretty
IEM,
bad, but
Singapore.
apparently
Yeah.
Trance is over
We're
there
now
shaking
we're
his
going
head.
into tournament
So.
results. So we can do this one now because we're going into tournament results. So we can say Sting, yes, you joined Western Wolves, awesome, good organisation. They also have that infiltration that won the Street Fighter, so it's good they're getting involved in StarCraft 2 now.
No, I mean they've had sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of, Zikamini,
Zikamini.
Mini.
Yeah.
And then to win the Intel Extreme Masters, how was the Intel Extreme Masters? Because I did not watch it.
It seemed pretty good. The viewership wasn't great on the first couple days, but I think once they got to the playoff bracket, it really got to be a really interesting bracket. You had Grubby taking out MC, going all the way to the finals like that. That was really, really huge.
Grubby
And-
was all over the.
yeah, no, everyone was going nuts about
Yes,
it.
it
Like
was Grubby, of
the
course.
victory gifts, everything else. Grubby, of course, just being Grubby. So.
Did you get to see any? Did you get any atmosphere from Singapore? Because I would like to go to Singapore once, and I've been good esports there.
Oh,
before.
it sounded. That's the other thing I want to say. It sounded like really, really good. I think there are parts like League of Legends wasn't on the mainstream as much, or main stage, because the StarCraft 2 fans were just so big.
Oh,
and
really?
So yeah, the
That's
scene
cool.
was huge. Like this is going by like mostly tweets I saw from between Carmack and some other people. So, but just the scene there seemed really good. The crowd seemed really vibrant, and I mean, going into this tournament, it was kind of like everyone was dreading it because there were no Terrans. But then you managed to have Loose Frawn do okay, but then Sting go 3-2 every single series in the bracket in the finals, and yeah.
Which team was Sting in before? I actually haven't followed him.
Sting was on Ennis Hoso, and then he was teamless for a
right.
while. He was looking at possibly joining EG for a little bit there. EG might be kicking themselves now, but yeah, now he's on Western Wolves. He's been shopping around for a while. He got to the round of 4 in TSL 4. He's trying to find a foreign team for a long time.
Yeah, most of them are trying to find foreign
Big win,
teams.
and it seems to have
Yeah.
been a really nice event. I didn't follow it for obvious reasons. It was at the same time as DreamHack, but strong lineup. I'm so happy for Grubby, but I'm sad that he didn't get the championship. I mean, if just Grubby could win one championship in StarCraft 2, then he doesn't have to do anything else. But cool that he can defeat MC, for example, and also Slivko, because
Yep.
Slivko I think is a really good CVP player.
Is Rexus linking your stats in chat?
Yeah.
I don't know about how you
We
say
have,
League of Legends wasn't that big.
Where's Rexus?
I look at the
Oh.
teams.
Stream numbers.
I don't know how good Absolute NA
No,
is.
there was a lot of complaining. It seemed like Carmack
So it was
posted
about
some
25,
topic on the League of
28.
Legends subreddit, being like League of Legends community, like you should respect IEM Singapore more or something. It seemed like the League of Legends online community wasn't too happy with the caliber of play or the quality of teams. None of the big name teams were really there.
Yeah, but it's also good that Intel Extreme Masters go out and do something that grows it.
No,
if you're gonna
exactly,
come
and
back
that's
again.
what Carmack was basically
Agreed.
justifying to
Yeah.
the League of Legends community, how you need to have
Not
like
every event
it can't
can be
always
massive,
be
it's
TSM and CLG and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
So we have some stream numbers, statistics from Rexus, who's part of the BLC community. Apparently that's 30,000. This is you can see
Do you know
November
for which
22nd.
stream, or did they
And
only
it
have
says
one
here
stream?
it was ESLTV _ StarCraft 2. So it peaked at like 28,000.
Yeah, I think that's.
But looked a bit jumpy across.
It was quite a slow first couple of days.
Yeah.
I mean, they had days where it was just ZVP and ZVZ, and the StarCraft audience is just so exhausted from all that. So
And it was wrapping up, when our stream was going live. At
yeah, I mean, it was
DreamHack,
tough time zone. They're going on top of GSL a lot too. So,
Yeah, it's always gonna
but
be
once
rough.
again, I mean, I don't think the event was for stream numbers, and I think the in-person attendance and everything really was quite good for them.
Okay, so next on the list, is that apparently we're skipping BWC because everyone knows about it and what happened. And it was, yeah, I mean, yeah. It was, yeah. It's like, oh shit, that happened, and the production was fantastic. So IPL Team League Grand Finals, and StarTel wins over IM, $9,000 to StarTel. And I'm done with StarCraft 2 now. Do you want to say anything about the IPL?
Oh, I mean, it was just kind of like anti-hype, right? Like, for what you would consider kind of their premier... I mean, we've got no time here, so it's kind of hard to get into it, but like you...
The IPL's probably...
I mean, they're just
product.
so focused on IPL 5 that they've been running this team league for so long, and then the finals just kind of came up, and it was like, oh shit, it's StarTale versus IM in the finals, but it's all online only. It just kind of didn't get the attention that one would kind of expect for that.
You could say also get a little bit... No, GSTL is not up. Never mind.
All right, well...
Yeah.
I like the way you summed that up, Adebisi.
There we go.
Okay, so we're going to go to a quick break. Normally we'd be closing the show by now, but we're still here because we're dedicated people. Of course, this is powered by Asus. You can go check out their Facebook page. They're actually doing a competition, I believe, for a laptop, and it's going to be facebook.com/ROG Nordic. There you go. Boom. It's there. I think that actually I just saw it because I like them as well, so it came up today when I was checking on Facebook, checking out pics.
Nice flex.
There's still loads of pictures going around of Hellspawn right now, which looks got a great body, Hellspawn, and good taste in clothes.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check it out. There's some competitions there, and also thanks for Asus. So I hope you guys at least follow them on Facebook to show your support for what they do for us here at the studio. So with that being said, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to be swapping out Hellspawn and Adebisi. Going to be bringing in Draskyl and Sing Sing to talk about some Dota 2. After the Dota 2, we've got nothing else apart from what's going to be coming up next week in StarCraft 2 and also Dota 2. So check out what to watch. So Dota 2 and what's coming up next week. Coming up next. Welcome back to the good show, soon to be dubbed Story Time with James. According to our new guests in the corner, it is Draskyl. Joined by Sing Sing. How's it going, Draskyl? Sold much meth today?
You know, it's actually really hard to cook
just been
because
cooking?
you guys smoke so much in here that it ruins the product. So essentially, I don't get a chance to do what I do. It's hard to make money that way.
Very sorry. And of course, Sing Sing. How's it going?
Great, man. Love this place.
I don't have any replies from Yami or Ina, but I really don't know what actually happened. So they're both beautifully crazy in their own way. So I'm sure someone will inform us later. But don't go hating on anybody. You should encourage girls to fight with each other, to be honest. So where are we going? We're going into Dota 2. And in Dota 2... well, first of all, guys, how was your DreamHack?
I enjoyed the event overall. It was really nice. More walking than I think I've ever done, and like ever. Just so much walking between the backstage, up to the Twitch lounge, going to get food, etc.
You don't even smoke.
I don't even smoke, no. I just apparently really like to walk around and get food.
Yeah, the stage was pretty far away from the players. That was a
Yeah.
shame because we wanted to get more interviews. But it was hard to even get people on. And when eventually we had the admins kind of bring them over and did some interviews with them. But yeah, overall it was a nice tournament. A lot of walking. And of course, Sing Sing, you were there as a guest, courtesy of my credit card.
Played the BLC, but I failed.
He couldn't even carry.
I couldn't even carry this team. I feel bad, played bad, did bad, everything was bad.
What happened?
What happens?
New games.
Well, team feeds, and then I feed, and then game was too hard.
No go.
No go.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the stuff that's happened in Dota 2 outside and inside of DreamHack. First of all, Valve releases the International 2012 documentary, which featured obviously heavily Na'Vi and IG as well as EG and some of the other teams. It's quite a short documentary, really. I heard they're going to be doing a bigger one. Is that true?
I think they had multiple in production. There was supposed to be one that was going to be released, and they said they weren't going to release it. Then they released it, and now there's supposed to be like a second one, but it's more about the game in general rather than just around the international.
Okay. Yeah, because I got interviewed for that documentary, and I was saying all sorts of random shit, man. They were like, I was just talking about everything. It was bad. I hope they don't release it.
I think they're good enough at what they do to cut your parts out.
They were asking me about. They were asking me about like girls and stuff, like what's it like, you know, with like fans, and I was I told them if you can play solo mid, it's like a fucking aphrodisiac to these women, and I don't think that's gonna make me look good.
I've never seen you actually go mid before though, James. You always play support, and then I look at your inventory at like 25 minutes in, and you have these retarded items, or you offlane Chen.
Yeah, so
I don't think I've ever seen.
I hope they don't release that me in documentary. Yeah, my Chen's awesome, dude. Anyway, so did you guys feel the representation of Valve releasing a documentary in terms of the quality was to standard and?
I thought it was actually really well done.
It's really high.
Yeah, it felt to me like they're really, really trying to push the game, but they're doing it in, I guess, less conventional ways. Like, especially when we went to the international too, they didn't even really plug themselves. It was more about the game, more about the players, everything else, which is essentially what it should be. That kind of stuff sells itself, in my opinion. So I really liked it.
Okay, and then of course the second announcement is the G1 League Season 2 groups are announced. And the G1 League has been heavily covered by, Beyond the Summit?
Yeah, Gods
and LD. And the groups have been announced. You've got teams like LGD and LGD International. That's one of the big stories in there is LGD International are going to have their appearance over there. You've got For Love, DK, MUFC, who are the team that got disqualified from the international because one of their players unfortunately smoked on a plane. Do you not know this? One of the players from MUFC, when traveling from wherever he was to China...
It was Sharky, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sharky ended up smoking on the plane, and then when he got to China, they wouldn't let him on the next plane.
Was it the first time he was in a plane, or what?
No, he actually did it before, and he got away with it. So it was like, it's fine.
Oh my God.
At least that's what I heard.
And then Fong Fu, Invictus Gaming, and also Vicky Gaming in there. In terms of the groups... you guys, I don't know if you've got them up in front of you, but are there any favourites going into this? And how do you consider LGD International to fare in this tournament? And, of course, for first place, it's $32,000.
They haven't really had any big games, I guess. They've played a couple of matches, and they managed to qualify in first place, so that in itself is an accomplishment. But LGD International, I've only had the opportunity to watch them scrim, but they still do definitely look like a strong team. But you got to look at LGD and IG and figure that they're going to be the respective favourites for both groups. There's not really any change up there.
Singh?
It's really impossible to tell until they get put on the spot. Mainly LAN games, that's the most important ones. Like online games, they don't really mean anything at all. When you play LAN, everyone just puts so much more effort into anything they do. Right. So until they play, it's really impossible to tell how strong they're going to be.
And when does it actually kick off then, the whole G1 League Season 2?
I'm not sure because they just ended, I want to say, before DreamHack.
December 24th, January 6th. So the LAN event will be held December 24th to January 6th, with the grand finals on February the 23rd of 2013. All right, so Beyond the Summit, we'll most likely be covering that again, so keep an eye on that. We've got Victory Cat in the studio. What's she doing?
Being a hero. She just jumped and decimated the DreamHack check.
She attacked the Heroes of New Earth check. Good job, Victory Cat. Then we go over DreamHack now before we get into player changes and tournament results. In terms of DreamHack results, no Tidehunter ended up winning, beating out EG. Did you expect that? Weppers called it.
He did call it. You know, the thing is, when you have tournaments like that, it's just like Singh said. It's all about, you get on LAN, some teams roll, some teams choke, and I think that's a lot of what we saw in the tournament when EG beat Na'Vi. I hadn't seen Na'Vi play like that ever, and I mean that in the way that they didn't really seem that coordinated. They were kind of not on the same page. Their drafts were weird. Even by puppy standards, they were a little bit off, and I think the same could be said for Empire. They lose one game, and then it really felt like they just completely fell apart at that point, and that's the kind of thing that happens when you're on LAN.
Singh?
Definitely, just what he said. These teams, it's all about the form they bring in the same day they play. You can play really good one day and like shit the other day.
And what did you make of no Tidehunter over the whole tournament, seeing as a professional player looking at a team?
I guess it's Loda's experience is bringing it to the table. He played so well, along with his entire team, of course, but it was just him. I think, not just him, but there's just such high spirit going into the games. when you saw EG play on, in the finals, for example, they played really scared. Just one death from that silly bait with the Furion where he suicided.
Yeah.
The entire EG team, they just sat around as 5 people. They didn't communicate as much. They played poorly, I'd say. They walked as 5 without doing anything. They didn't accomplish anything. They didn't try much. They played really scared. That's the main thing that cost them the loss of both games of finals.
I felt like they got outdrafted as well in the second game. Like, no Tidehunter, in my opinion, had a weaker draft, and they still ended up winning.
Even if the draft was stronger or weaker, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They just played bad. They just played too scared.
Which is really weird because they played so good against Na'Vi. Like, they played better than I think I've ever seen them against
definitely.
Na'Vi. And then all of a sudden, like, they get to the finals, and you got to be kind of riding a high after you beat a team like that, and all of a sudden they just crumble. It was so weird. And they won the first game, too, before they moved it into the main arena.
Maybe
they won the first game as well.
Exactly. Main arena thing, yeah.
Maybe that was the problem, just playing in front of such a big crowd.
Yeah, especially when Loda's a big favorite for the
Exactly.
Swedish
Every
audience.
time No Time on they made the kill, everyone went wild,
But they did actually also cheer for EG when they did stuff.
They
like
did,
when they got,
but
when
not
they
as
get
much.
kills. Yeah, but still, you get. They weren't. At least they weren't just completely silent. Like, yeah, fuck that. So the Swedish crowd, I felt, was really good, supporting both teams. Well, obviously, Loda's team, No Tidehunter, was the big favorite. So that kind of wraps up the winning teams of DreamHack. But also, Mouse Sports were there. Team Empire didn't make it through. Team Dignitas probably didn't achieve what they wanted to do. What did you make of some of the other teams that didn't make it all the way in terms of Team Dignitas, Empire, and also Mouse Sports?
I think even in the early group stages, like Absolute Legends, when they played against Na'Vi, there was that game where Bambo went middle on Nix versus the Pudge, and he was actually doing really well. They forced Enu into a really rough spot. He had to go up against a Darkseer. In that situation, he was already kind of out of sorts. I felt like they had a gigantic advantage in that game, but they just really didn't capitalize on it. Maybe questionable item choice and stuff like that. But again, I guess like Singh was saying, it's just when you play on land, sometimes you make mistakes. In terms of performances, Dignitas, they came expecting top 3. Like, they expected to do really well, and I know that they're a coordinated team, but they didn't practice. I was talking to Fogg from the team, and he was saying how people just had conflicting schedules. They couldn't really ever get together to do anything, which is unfortunate. And as far as underdogs go, like No Tidehunter winning it, that's just, they came the most prepared. That's all you can really say. I mean, Envy was walking around with a notebook and writing down everyone's draft between games. And what's funny about that is his writing is incomprehensible. You can't read it. So he was the only person, even if somebody managed to take it, you wouldn't be able to read it. But I don't know, I just felt like they prepared the most, and it showed.
Definitely. I talked about it with almost all the players. Like you said, Dignitas, they didn't prepare at all. They were like, we don't deserve to win anyway because we didn't play in that much. Mouse Sports, they online bootcamped only a little bit. I'm not sure how much. Black was very sad when they lost. Like, you could just tell from the tone of his voice, he was really depressed.
It hurts my feelings, man. He's such a nice guy, too.
So, Eternal Envy has a captain there, obviously performed really, really well. Apparently there's a cool story about Eternal Envy that I don't know about. The trans is just saying, just ask them about it. But I bet when I ask you, you don't know about it either.
I have no idea.
I think it's the one where he quit school for a year or something to play.
Oh, how is that?
Oh, you win 5 points.
How is that a cool story?
I don't know.
I mean, it's cool the fact that he committed so much to the game and he managed to get something out of it.
The cool part is that he wrote that on a thread or something that he was going to quit school for Dota 2, and everyone was like, fuck you, bitch, go back to school.
Yeah.
And then he actually manages to win DreamHack. That's
no, it's an accomplishment for sure. But I was just kind of like.
I was saying you get plus 5 points for that. Well done.
Fucking love points.
Currently on -5. I did that to start you at -10.
Okay.
But you can still catch up in our next segments. Absolute Legends turned up to boot camp as well, but they didn't have the result that they wanted. But anyway, let's not talk too much about DreamHack. Let's go on to some of the player changes and other tournament results, and then some shit that's been written on Team Liquid. So Team Zero signs with Mouse Sports. So they were Mouse Sports, they're not. And then the team has now rejoined Mouse Sports, and this is the team that Singh used to play for. What's going on here, Singh? What have they sorted everything out with Mouse Sports? Are they happy? Did you speak to your old teammates?
I didn't speak much to them about the sponsorship itself. The only reason we weren't in Mouse Boys before was because I wanted to leave. I had other things I wanted to do. But since I'm gone, they pretty much have just, free clearance to just join the team again. There's no disadvantage for them. It's a full German team. Mouse Boys is a German organization, so it works out very well for them. I just hope and I wish for the best for them.
-5 points.
Yo. Yo.
I figured he would actually, not sell out like that.
Why did you want to leave? Why did you want to leave? Was it the team? Was it the organization?
Maybe a bit of both. I don't want to really go into it that deep.
There were rumors there. If you want to find it, they're out there. Although I'm sure you'll get it out of him later as soon as the show's over.
Nah, it's fine. But yeah, that is Team Zero back in Mouse Sports, and hopefully that works out well for them. Mineski picks up a Korean team for WCG, and Select is in it.
Select is on it.
The StarCraft 2 dude is now a Dota dude, and there's a picture here. I don't know what's going on with this picture. Where is Select?
Don't see
I
it.
don't think he made it to the photo shoot.
He didn't make the photo.
Didn't make the photo shoot.
I
Do you know much about this team, guys?
It's pretty much news to me. I mean, I know Select was a player very, very long time ago, and he was really good, individually skilled, but it's not really so much about what kind of big names you can bring to a team as much as it is synergy and having a good captain, things like that. I mean,
There's an update.
no tight ender pretty much proves that.
There's an update.
As in, he's not in it. Working. No. He's like, no more selecting it. What?
And people there's no more selecting it anymore. What?
What?
Well, they had 5. They had 6. It looks like, so they had a spare.
Okay, fine.
Apparently
He
they're
left.
saying he left.
Now select. I'm gonna add a note here.
Well, good discussion.
That's fixed.
What's
Yeah.
happening,
Hustle.
France?
That
Decent.
happens sometimes, It's just like, hey. Oh wait.
Apparently there is an update, and we will get that updated news.
Okay.
Thank you for the caps.
Apparently it's not it. Yes. Oh well.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So in tournament results, outside of DreamHack, LGD won the G1 League. We watched that here at the house, and that was a big win for them. And they beat out IG, not in the finals, but they beat out DK, I think it was, in the finals.
DK, yeah.
And IG didn't make it into the finals. And I did watch it. It was kind of a weird prize ceremony in terms of what was going on. But overall, the games are really, really good. Did you guys? What did you guys make of it? Did you watch?
I watched some of the games. I know I watched at least 1 or 2 games of the finals. The thing is, LGD is a team who is a newer team in terms of they have young players. They have very skilled players, and their drafting is amazing. We saw them with International. I think before the group stages were done and they got a little bit into the main stage, they were 14-0 at one point, and then started dropping games and kind of just crumbled. That's what happens when you have newer teams. Sometimes you don't really know how to recoil from a loss, but this is the real first time they've won a tournament in a big way against a lot of amazing teams. So I think it's definitely great for them, and they definitely deserve it too. If you watch the games, LGD versus IG or LGD and DK, they were all really, really good series, and I think that they're still way ahead of the European and North American scenes as well in terms of their draft and play style.
For sure.
Yeah, miles ahead.
How many miles?
If I had to say, probably from about where we are to where I live in the U.S., they're pretty far ahead.
Saying if which European team from DreamHack outside of Na'Vi, no Tidehunter or all the others, if they played LGD,
They would get crushed, any of them. Maybe Empire might take a game of a BO3, but they wouldn't win a BO3.
that's how far they are ahead.
Definitely, there's no doubt about it. If they played 100 games against LGD, LGD would win 85 maybe, or 80. Something about that.
All right. Well, they, as you mentioned, their first big win, and that's going to be great for them going into Season 2 of the G1 League. Apparently, the update for the Select joining Mineski is... Apparently, there's an update. Oh, shit. Caps. As of 1:09 p.m., Mineski Core Day has informed us that Mineski Select will be unable to participate in this year's WCG due to personal issues. As such, he will be replaced by Mineski Raisin. So apparently he's not playing in WCG. Thanks for the update. Who did you get that from?
Join Dota posted 3 hours.
Oh, joined Dota, posted that 3 hours ago. Okay, in other tournament results, Team Empire won the Raid Core D2L, which I think is organised by EG, and is it Fnatic involved in that, or was it just EG? Just EG?
Pretty sure.
Did you cast that?
Yeah, I casted it.
You casted it, yeah, okay. And Empire won. So, do you know anything about it, Draskyl?
I don't know. It all kind of runs together for me. You know, you cast so many games. No, obviously it was a really, really good tournament, and Dignitas unfortunately had another kind of falling out of sorts. They got really, really far. They looked really strong, and then kind of just dropped games. And EG actually was completely undefeated, I think, until the semifinals or something like that. And they ended up sending Dignitas to the lower bracket. Then Empire comes up from the lower bracket because EG sent them there, and ultimately, Empire ended up winning. But it wasn't really a surprise so much. If you looked at the teams and the performance out of DreamHack, it was actually an underperforming out of Empire when they got there. So as far as them winning D2L, I actually wasn't all that surprised.
Yeah, and Draskyl, just an update for you. You've got your first picture.
Oh, that is amazing.
That is, yeah, dude.
So good. I should actually shave to have that instead of what I have right now, because I got like the side.
Chin strap going.
It doesn't grow in that. It doesn't grow in that
Can we
thick though.
switch back? Look at the camera a little bit there, Draskyl. Okay, now switch. Zach, we're gonna buy you those glasses.
You know what's funny is my glasses actually look like that too.
Are you wearing contacts?
No, not right now. I actually just lost my glasses, so that's good.
Quick, time to get something with thicker frames.
All right, but yeah, apart from that, in terms of Dota 2, that's kind of like where we are on updates, apart from what's going to be happening next. But apparently I heard some stuff about the G League and their English coverage. Did you hear this?
It was rumors. They were saying they might let English casters cover it, but it's not really sure just yet. I think Toby was the one who talked to me about it a little bit, and it's kind of just in this very early stage.
Yeah, so because the G League is apparently the most prestigious, right? It's meant to be the biggest league over in China for Dota.
I'm not
Originally
sure.
it was Dota, now Dota 2, essentially.
I'm not sure why they wouldn't allow English casters in the first place. I didn't really know too much about it.
But I
apparently
read a
they're
thread on
thinking
Team
about it.
Liquid, and basically I read the TR here too long, didn't read the section, and it was like G League, looking at like getting English casters, and Toby wanted to cast it or something, and then he wanted money to cast it, and they wanted money for people to cast it. So they're saying, as you know, to cast our league, you should pay us something like for a streaming, for the license to cast it. And Join Dota were asking for money to cover it. Is that any truth behind that? Because that's what I read.
I'm actually not too sure about it, because it wouldn't really make sense for our scene to cover it and then pay them, because we obviously have much less viewership than they do. I mean, in China alone especially, they get probably 10, 15 times what we would get, especially for a tournament like that. That's their biggest tournament, essentially. So when we cover it, it would still give us a decent amount of viewership, I would say, but I don't know if it's worth paying them just to cast it. It seems a little bit
We
strange.
still don't know exactly what happened. It was just rumors.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what
Yeah,
happened,
we don't.
but
Nobody really knows.
That's what someone wrote on Team Liquid, as I said, as I don't know. Oh, it goes Ace over G League over G1 League, apparently. Thank you, MetaB in chat, in document. All right then, guys. We did a Dota segment.
We did it.
Do you reckon we
High
did
five.
okay?
That was a good high five.
you
too.
missed the high
missed it,
five,
Trent.
Trent.
You
Shit,
heard the high
Jesus.
five.
Yeah, that was a
Nice.
good
You even
one.
paused for it and everything, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're getting better. And Sing, you're at the house for a bit. You gonna stream some with the guys?
Yeah, gonna death stack again tonight.
You gonna stream after the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Draskyl, you gonna join?
Yeah, we're gonna do the death stack. It's gonna
Death
be
stack.
awesome.
Death
I'm gonna
stack.
I'm gonna
I'm
try my
involved.
hardest not to get really mad when we throw
I'm
easy
involved
games.
in the death stack. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Should we
course.
just
Should we challenge
invite?
some teams? Should we get like?
He wanted to scrim. He wanted to.
We could
play
scrim
against
with
actual
5 people.
teams.
Just web pass you, me,
Yeah.
this Breaking Bad
Don't
guy,
forget Scriff.
and
Scriff.
Yeah. Could I carry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Carrie Luna?
Your Luna's beating me, so I can't.
I didn't want to win anyway.
I can't
so-
even say no.
Dude, let's organize a scrim for tonight. Who can we challenge?
I don't know.
There's a channel you can just look for anyone.
Yeah,
It's
boom.
not hard.
Alright, yeah, if you bitches out there want to fucking play us tonight, you think you got what it takes to go to the international free, motherfuckers, you better be in that scrim channel, because Sing will be there to cover my back, and you better fucking win for us now. Sing, 'cause I just called out the whole Dota scene. Someone ring Dendy.
Wait.
He's
That
stuck
champ.
in Moscow.
We need Trance offlane Tidehunter though. If we're gonna, that's what we need. Trance is like, I need help. I need help.
Oh,
I
apparently,
played 2 games last night with you.
an update.
You will play one with Scurf, one will fucking beat you.
Okay.
If I would have been there,
That game, I was solo top Spectre. Like, how the fuck
Apparently-
were we gonna win that game?
Guys, apparently, Dendy's been got stuck in an airport
Moscow, yeah.
and won't be able to make it for the WCG.
Visa problems, I guess, right?
Yeah, he's not allowed to go to China. Vlad made a tweet. You can see it here. Ukrainian WCG team, Dota team, and FIFA player were stopped at Moscow airport customs and not allowed to go to China by WCG. And apparently, one of them is Dendy.
he was part of the team.
Yeah. So yeah, and that basically means that Vlad won't be covering WCG because, funnily enough, he was covering a lot of the DreamHack stuff in Russian. And when Navi
No.
did he actually?
That was not true.
He did cover. Casper and Vlad
Yeah,
were
he did, but he
doing.
didn't stop. Who told you that?
I heard he didn't do
I
the
heard it from
finals.
Toby, and Toby was just talking shit. He actually kept on casting. all
Really?
the way. Yes.
I heard it from Casper.
I don't know who told you.
And that was the guy that was commentating with him.
When I was watching,
I just think it's
the
funny.
semifinals.
I'm not like saying it's bad. They do what they want over there. It's like, all right.
By the way, did you get a jacket? I don't know what happened to your
I
jacket.
did.
It's
I
my
took my
Yeah, you got
jacket.
your jacket, right?
There's little white hairs on it.
Yeah, you know why there's white hairs on it, right? Because Trance's girlfriend wore it out to a club because it fit her, because it's like, she's a girl. So this girl liked your jacket and she
Are
wore
you
it.
fucking serious?
Yeah, but like, you know, you're kind of slender. I mean,
But why the hairs on it? It's like everywhere.
I
I
don't
think
know,
the
man.
cat might have used it as well for a while.
Who?
What?
The cat, I think.
The cat didn't wear the jacket,
Now
Trance.
where like sit on it while it was out. In my closet.
Sorry, Sing. Like, this is Trance, man. Like, we Trance.
It's not mine, no.
It is. It's
It's
Trance.
Trance's fault, man.
It's Trance's
It's his
girlfriend.
responsibility.
I
Trance's
got
cat.
it in DreamHack summer, like 6 months ago, right?
Yes.
And then apparently you sent money to WebPass.
Yes.
WebPass is the key man here. You
What?
sent money to WebPass.
Webpa's got money. You sent money to Webpass.
To send his jacket.
What? And
Yes.
so
yes.
Webpass just kept your money?
Exactly.
Fucking weapons.
Right,
It's all
Webpass.
down to WebPass.
Fucking mastermind up there.
Webpass, come down here. Webpass. Saying we get to, we get to the fucking
Detective
bottom
Too Good's on the job again.
Oh,
Remember
shit.
when he found me?
Fucking-
Yeah, man. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we got
Webpass.
this.
Yeah, I know, because I kept asking WebPass every 2 weeks. I'm like, did you send his jacket? No. Did you send his jacket? No.
Webpass.
I'm like,
Fucking
okay.
wet us, man. You should have
Get
called
down
him.
here.
Oh, wait. No.
He needs to prove his case, but
Actually, I forgot
I
about
didn't know
the
you sent him
jackets.
money. What
I forgot about it actually. It was a long time ago.
WebPass is busy playing Dota, they say.
He's playing Dota with his.
How much money did you give him to send it?
$20 or something.
$20. Enough.
You know.
Yeah. It's like a week's paycheck for him. Okay,
I'm
so
not coming down. I'm in game.
he says he's not coming down, he's in game. Basically, the only reason you didn't get your jacket, because all he fucking does is just play Dota.
Sounds like me. And this guy.
Yeah, but you're good at it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can, you're sponsored, and
I'm
you
not.
commentate. Webpaz,
Fucking
hiding from reality. I don't know. God damn
He's
it.
got those
20
six
bucks
solo
enough to be a
skills.
king in Romania.
Oh, man, he's so funny. Nuts.
So let me, where am I going next? Right, on the road.
Where the hood at?
Hellspawn leaving the show was bad, cool. Is he in the document?
Didn't you say we were gonna have him back on? It's because he's so
Yeah,
good.
no, we don't need Hellspawn back on. It's the Hellspawn show, and he's just too powerful of a figure, and he won't tell us secret things. You know, punish him. All right, so coming up next week, we'll talk about this. There is a Dota 2. Just to we'll wrap up the show now, guys. So thanks for coming on, and also thanks to Adebisi and Hellspawn. Coming up next week, you got the IPL 5, where Apollo is traveling to. And that's going to have the GSL involved with it. So I don't know what exactly is happening within the GSL, what tournaments they're having there. Damn, we need Adebisi back. You know, Semmler, come on, you're StarCrafty.
Summer's
What's going on?
Very busy.
Hey man,
Paying
so
attention to
yeah,
the
what do you
show.
make of
Talking
so
to
what
the
do you
chat.
think? So what do you make of that?
Of IPL.
Yeah, of course. What,
What are we talking about, man?
Yeah.
WCG.
I think Adebisi's coming down to just tell us now. What's going on at IPL, Adebisi?
Is it IPL or WCS that we're talking about, or WCG?
Stephen
No.
Bernal.
Semmler, if you want to go read chat, go upstairs. Adebisi.
Round of 4 finals.
Round of 4
World
finals for
Championship.
GSL.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then the championship for IPL.
Team League, yes.
No, just the team
The
league.
GSL World Championship. It's like a show match series.
Oh, okay.
It's like there's a 5v5 all-kill format, 5v5 pro league format, then maybe some ace if it's tied.
And that's happening this weekend,
Yeah,
right?
it's all happening this weekend.
All right.
About sums it up.
You're welcome.
We suck at this. This show's gone so downhill. Richard Lewis interviewed him and said, you know, he's like abusing all these other shows, like saying they don't do it properly.
Yeah.
And and he's like, yeah, you know, the
And I
good
was just
studio.
like,
We're awesome. We're not. So IPL this weekend in StarCraft 2. Also this weekend is going to be WCG. There is a nice schedule and stuff, apparently.
We got Clutch casting World of Tanks, okay?
Clutch is casting all the tanks at WCG.
Oh, really? For real?
Really?
like a boss.
Yeah, he's doing like Counter-Strike Online too, and Crossfire, I think, maybe one other game.
Are you kidding
Can you
me?
do that? That's
He's doing World of Tanks, did some Counter-Strike Online and Crossfire.
Right,
Holy shit, what is this schedule? Bring it up.
Let's see.
This is the WCG 2012 Grand Final
What the
program
fuck?
schedule. Looks like
Um,
it looks like science. I'm not. Okay.
This is my chemistry class. All over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I didn't do good in chemistry.
Draskyl understands all these formulas.
What the hell?
Yeah, okay. Well, work that one out. It's pretty easy actually. Just day and then times.
Yeah.
There's a tournament here.
So the guy who designed
What
their
tour-
logo.
Yeah. What is that logo like these days?
They still. Oh,
They
wait.
changed it.
They've got the rings back.
They changed so much stuff before though.
Yeah,
It's like a
okay.
kid's drawing, isn't it?
So yeah, make sure you check out WCG as well if you're interested in all kinds of fun things. What? They did change
They
it
really
again.
did change it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But yeah, lots of different tournaments there. So check that out. I think IPL will be the big one for most people this weekend. But also in WCG, you'll be seeing some Dota 2. So if you're interested in following some Dota 2 action this weekend, you can check out WCG. And with that being said, we are done. Successfully on the show, we've created lots of pictures of Hellspawn. We've talked about women fighting in esports.
Women on women and women on men. Good times at DreamHack.
Never men on men here at the good show. We don't roll like that. Trance,
Yeah.
we're done. See you next week, everybody.
Me, 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 me.
Stream tonight, the Death Stack. We're going to never lose a game. Thanks for joining.